Hello Cinaya, this is Mr. Schrader from your Algebra 1 class. I'm going to give you a quick last-minute midterm review. The skill that I saw that you needed a little help on from your exit tickets is converting equations to tables and converting tables to graphs. So on an exam, this is what a problem might look like. Convert y equals negative x plus 3 into a table. Now they're going to give you a blank table. Recall what our table looks like is x on the top row, y on the bottom row. So what we get to do, we have the liberty of filling in the x values ourselves. We get to pick and choose x values. 1, 1,000, negative 5, 6.2, whichever we want. The x values I chose for this particular problem were 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I always start with 0. 0 tends to be the easiest, and then I move forward 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what we do to get y values is we simply substitute in each 0 value into our equation. Negative 0 plus 3. Remembering that negative 0 is the same thing as 0, and 0 plus 3 is 3. Then we substitute in 1 into our equation. So y equals negative 1 plus 3. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. We do the same thing. 2 into our equation gives us y equals negative 2 plus 3, which is 1. Y equals negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And y equals negative 4 plus 3 equals negative 1. So this is our table. So now, the next question on the exam might ask, convert this table into a graph. So it'll give you a blank graph that looks like this. The first thing we always do is label our axes. I typically like to put x on the horizontal and y on the vertical. We label axes. The next thing we're going to do is label tick marks. I noticed that there's no number bigger than 4, so I'm only going to label 4 tick marks on every axis. Now we're going to start our reference point here. This is called the origin. This point is 0, 0. The first point, so we're just going to plot all the points given in our table. These are known as ordered pairs, remember. So this is an ordered pair. 0 in the x, 3 in the y. So 0 in the x. I'm going to start here and move nowhere in the x. So I'm going to stay here. 3 in the y. I'm going to count up. 1, 2, 3 in the y. I've moved in my x direction and my y direction, so I'm going to plot that point. Label it as 0, 3. Move one column over. 1, 2. So again, I'm going to start here at the origin. I'm going to count 1 over in the x, and then I'm going to count 1, 2 up in the y. So this is going to be 1, 2. Third point, 2, 1. 1, 2 in the x, and up 1 in the y. So you can probably start seeing the pattern here. 3, 0 is going to be 1, 2, 3 in the x, and 0 in the y. And 4, 1 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, I should have said, in the y. And then we connect the dots, straight line, and this is our line. Now remember that this graph, this table, and this equation all represent the same thing. They're just different visualizations of the same thing. An equation in this form, a table in this form, and a graph in this form. So hopefully this helps, and good luck on the midterm.